myself for talking, right?
Not hear you.
All good.
You do?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Cool.
So yeah, there's no real mistakes in the program. It's just that the piece that we're doing today is a work in progress or a section of a larger work that is in progress. And the large work is called Penelope and the Geese, and it's an opera. And we're developing it in stages. So we've practiced and shown and workshopped various pieces of it, but what we didn't do as of tonight, which is why I'm so excited about today, is that the opera is scored for traditional instruments and for contemporary instruments. So as of tonight, we actually haven't had any performances of the Penelope and the Geese or any of the portions of them played on ancient instruments, such as lyre, which Mia will play tonight, and gusle, which I will play tonight. So in that sense, it's very much like a work in progress. The opera is not completed yet, but also various parts of it have been tested in instrumentation that are sort of like a bridging towards the actual presentation that will happen sometime, probably late summer of 2020 or early fall of 2020. We'll actually see the whole opera. A little bit more about the opera itself is a retelling of Penelope from the Odyssey. And we are trying to shine a different light on Penelope from the Odyssey, and hopefully also to extend that to a larger body of work where women are portrayed as a secondary in a big epic storytelling, where you concentrate on Odysseus being like this big warrior, having all these fights and scoring all these points, whereas Penelope sitting at home and waiting for him to return. So we're trying to figure out like what might have been happening in her life while she was waiting. And in order to figure out more about that, I'm afraid you're going to have to follow us. So go to penelopera.com, Penelope as in Penelope and opera as in opera, so penelopera.com, and subscribe to our, what do you call it, email blast? Email blast? And you'll get that. But we have a workshop scheduled sometime late this summer in Saugerties, New York. There is a rumor that we're going to be going to Mexico City. There's other really exciting opportunities for us, including support from Onassis Foundation. But what was most exciting for me in this entire search of like meaning through this opera is actually finding new relationships, which I think is the main thing about like writing music. We don't write music just write music. We write music to connect with people, I think. At least I do. So that's how Mia and I met, and I was looking for harpists, but I was also like sort of like hinting in there like, if you have an inclination to like play an ancient instrument as well, or maybe you have a lyre, that's a plus, and that's how we found it. Yeah. So what we're going to do tonight is very much a work in progress. So what we're going to do is we're going to just play several sections from the opera that are not really meant to follow this sequence in the opera itself. We're just trying to figure out places where the lyre and the gusle, which I'm playing tonight, which is a Serbian instrument meant to be accompanying epic storytelling, not to be played by women. So watch out for what happens to me tonight after this show. But the opera is scored for traditional instruments and for contemporary instruments. So this is the first time tonight that we were actually testing some of these sonorities for you, real time. And it's really sort of like skipping through the opera and just doing several sections out of order just to tap into that ancient world, which is so much relevant today as well. You want to do it? Yes, let's do. I need a D.
I'm sort of. That one's more reliable.
It's old music. And we all get out of tune at a fairly similar rate, so. Right?
Gut strings. Yeah. So.
Are you ready? For Odysseus, all for Odysseus, for Odysseus, all for Odysseus. No, getting those things in the box once they're out. No, getting those things in the box once they're out. No, getting those things in the box once they're out of the box, in the box, 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 out of the box, out. Girl of my heart, girl of my own, how you look like me, wrapped in myrtle, how you shine with light and morning dew. How strange his body is. Then he grabbed me on my gentle wrist, and then he took it like my hand he missed it. Then I watched him throw a giant discus, and he threw it further than imagined. When I turned, his eyes were smiling bright. When I looked, his eyes were spilling light. Shapeless, soulless, selfless, I had wondered. How strange his body. How strange his body. How strange. And I wondered if he felt me with him and him and her. And I wondered if I heard him, if he thought of me. Stranger, harlot, betrayer. Had I given away something? Had I given away something that was never meant for me to give? Have I given away something that was never meant for me to give? And when I did, will he think of me?
Okay, I have a very important announcement. We are planning to inaugurate an important new aspect of Concept Lab. Oh, I'm so sorry, you're going this way.
Lying through.
It's so hard for me to maintain a serious face for very long. So we'll try that again. I have a very important announcement to make. We're planning to inaugurate a new aspect of Concept Lab in December, which is a pizza party. Woo! Which will be immediately following the show tonight. We were going to do it at the Parkside Lounge, but I walked over there right before the show, and it was full of people watching football, and so full you couldn't get in. And I thought, that's too much. I can't do it. So we're going to do it right here. So anyway, I hope you'll stick around and have some pizza and chat with us after the show. The pizza shows up at 7:30. Okay, and I want to thank again the Rockwood and all of you all for coming out. It's amazing to me. This is our 9th Concept Lab. We've heard so much new music over the 9 times we've done it, starting in October of 2017. And this is our 3rd venue, so hopefully we can stay here for a while because I'm tired of moving all over the city. Next up is Gilbert Galindo with some new piano etudes. Let's give him a big hand.
Yeah.
Well, hello. So, with these etudes, I actually try to be technical and analytical in terms of the construction of them. Usually when I describe my music, I don't like to talk about the theory behind it, I like to talk about the analytics and everything like that. I kind of like to be poetically esoteric, and then it's just more confusing that way, of course. So you have lots of flowery titles, but not this one. So over my desk at home, I have the ideas of textural roles. You have a texture, you have homophonic texture, you have melodies, you have chords and stuff like that. So I have up to maybe 12 or 10 kind of textures. So unison, pattern, melodic, chordal, fragments, triggers, sustained sounds, fragmented patterns, repeated notes, short-lived repeated fragments, etc., etc. So in these compositional exercises, which that's what they really are, and also piano etudes because they're meant for performance, and I have used different elements of that. So I mean, I have repeating notes. So what I did with these etudes is just I deliberately tried to focus my attention on these roles instead of going away from them, which is what I usually do in my music. And so I hope you can hear what I do in these etudes. So the first one is called Line with Rhythmic Fragments. Very technical in that way. The second one is arpeggiated patterns with chord progressions, almost like Bach prelude. The third one is two rhapsodic lines, it's kind of contrapuntal. Fourth one is a repeated note with a pentatonic melody. And then number 5 is just fragmented chord progressions with fragmented melodies. And number 6 is just a repeated rhythmic pattern with a broken up melody. So we'll see if you can hear that. And so I think this will probably be the most technical I'll ever explain my music again. So bear with us, because it is Concept Lab. So there we go. And Barbara Podgorski here.
Yeah.